Warning, the following video is delivered in teacher mode. Woohoo!
Hi guys, once again we are back. Today is going to be all about texture, and for those of you that have seen our mountain sunrise, we are going to be creating the texture for that particular journal. So hello, and so glad you have come back. Subscribe below if you're new, and enjoy. Thank you guys for watching.
Okay, what we're doing today is we are going to make a texturized modeling paste. And basically what we need is we need craft glue, some kind of mix that makes it kind of white, and preferably acrylic. It can also be gesso. I'm just using this because this is what I have and have had for some time, so I need to use it. You need pencil sharpener shavings. You will need a surface to mix upon. Anything you choose there. I just happen to have this lid from a peanut can, I think. Hell, I don't know. Something. And you will need a surface to put it on. You will need some impression devices, which I have a number of them here. I'm not thinking this is going to be good because the pencil sharpener shavings are probably going to just be, but it might be a nice, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to try that. We have lots of different things there. I have this out because I'm going to, I'll show you my plan A here in a minute, make a spiral, and I'm kind of going to use that for mine. This is to make impressions. Impressions, 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 impressions. This is some different things to drag around the surface to get some different things going on there. Okay. And plan A. Okay, plan A is I want to carve into the modeling paste a spiral form and leave this part rough, but that part is going to be semi smooth. Just do some wiggly lines across so I can add gradations of color from top to bottom. And then this one, which I want it to look water-ish, and just squiggly lines that sort of symbolize, represent water. That's my plan A. And then plan B, we'll just sort of figure that out when we get there, I guess. Alrighty, let's jump right in. Okay, I wished I had some of my first, I have done this yeah, there it is. Here it is. Okay, this was my first trial. Not loving it yet, but I'm not tossing it in the bin because I think I'm going to be able to make this work using some of my plethora of these things. So, that being said, we're going to put that over there and start off here. And what I do is I just take my glue, and there's some oaky stuff on there, but I don't think it's even going to matter, because we're going to be painting anyway. A goodly amount of glue out there. Some of this, I'm not receiving any recompense from these people at all. I, in fact, don't even know who they are. You just want some ooky stuff out there, liquid. Then you just gradually add your pencil sharpener shavings. You can see we're getting, and that originally it was kind of funny because it was pink. I was like, wow, why is that pink? Now, there's, you know, when I start mixing this, I'll know what I need more of. This is kind of how I cook. since most of the pencils that I sharpen are colored pencils, I think that would explain. Looks like we're getting some blue this time rather than pink. You just keep mixing and mushing that about until it resembles something that the cat threw up. Literally, that's what Mariah said. It's like cat puke. Hairballs, whatever. You know, and when it reaches the consistency that you think, well, that looks pretty good. I can't believe that. I have to add something else. Now, if you want it a little stiffer, just add some more pencil sharpener shavings. But right now, you know, when I do that, I can still see the impression. It stays there. It doesn't move about the cabin. Excellent. Okay. And I'm kind of interested. I have some little jars ordered because I think if this sits in a jar for a little while, that the pencil sharpener shavings are going to become a little more soluble and not quite so prickly. Because when you get through, really seriously, it's like this could injure you. It's sharp going across there, so you want to keep that in mind. Okay, our first one, I'll refer back to my plan here. All right, so we're just going to slap some of this on. And actually, what I'm working on here is I'm working on the cover for our latest journal, and there's a lot of pressure on from my daughter to get it done. Okay, when that happens, just scoop it up and put it back on there. And, you know, when you get finished, you might want to run along the edge and try to get most of those little stickery boogers back in there. I'm sure that Mariah will probably do a voice over here, but you can hear a 3-year-old objecting to something in the background. Okay, kind of like, I don't know, icing a cake. All right, that over there for right now. Now, if it does get, last time it got a little stiff on me, so I just gave it a spritz or two of water and mixed it around again, and all was well. Okay, basically, I want to keep this inside of here. I don't know that I want, I'm just going to dip it in very lightly so I kind of know where my thing should end up. Quite lightning enough. Okay, I can see it. Turn that upside down because I don't want it gluing. Remember, we used glue. So you've got to, and I have a couple of options here that I thought about using is either the Q-tip or this little thing. And I think this is for an ink pen. I don't know. Anyway, it was in the drawer. Okay, so I want to start my thing in the middle here, but I want to end up out there. I want to leave some of that texture area on the outside. So let's see how this works. You can see it's starting to drag some of the stuff and catch on it. I don't know if this is going to be an issue. Maybe an issue. All right, let's see if we can put this out here. kind of grab up some of that stuff that glopped on without messing up my design, which is no big deal because I can go back and do it again. All right. Alright, now this is obviously going to be a two-part video here, where I'm not going to be doing anything with this until it dries. And it takes about, what did we say, Mariah, 24 hours? It takes a good 6 to 8 hours to set up. And you can tell that because you can squish it, and if it's still smushy, it's not dry yet. Okay. Over here. And let's see, I think we maybe have enough for one more before I have to mix up a new batch. I would say don't mix up more than you can use in a relatively quick time, because very obviously you've got glue and you've got acrylic paint here, and it will get stiff on you. Little spritz of water. Oh, and I just thought of something. I've got some colors here left over from something. Let's see what this does. Oh, it's a lovely lilac. Yeah, okay. Now I probably want to clean that off relatively soon, since I would like to use it again, although it's no big deal. I think I have about 40 of those in a box over there. Now it may just be my imagination, but I'm feeling like the fibers are softening a little bit. Okay, next one, gradations of color, which obviously we're not going to add gradations of color at this point, but let's try. Yeah, this is a little brush that came with humidifier, or maybe the aromatherapy thing, I don't know. Isn't that yummy and lovely? Lovely shadows. Okay. I'm going to mix up another batch. Started mixing this up. I didn't want to bore you with all that you just saw in the earlier one, but I mixed in some green. But now what I'm going to do, and this is, I have no idea. I just know that one of these I want to be kind of watery, our next one. So I'm going to add ultramarine brushos directly to my modeling paste here. And I mean, I can't imagine why it wouldn't work. I just haven't done it before. Okay. Well, that's simply lovely. Figure if the pigment is embedded in your modeling paste, you should at least, you know, have a little, because where the highlights are. Mariah, can you bring me that one tag that you worked on?
That's a really pretty one.
Yeah, really pretty one. Bring the other one too, because you did some stuff to it too.
Actually, there are 4 of them.
So you can kind of have an idea about, you know, other than me showing you the one, the big massive failure one. I'll show you some of the successful ones for this. Where I got them. Okay, so you can see now Mariah did go ahead and add some little goldy whatnots there, but can you see where I'm going here? Well, this is turning out to be lavender. My guess is because of the pink whatever pigment that was, you know, remember?
From the shavings.
Yeah, from the shavings. Now this is another one, but you can see here, boy, that you're rubbing your finger across that, that's dangerous.
Well, I trimmed up some pieces that were,
Yeah.
you know.
She altered my mountaintops. And this is just kind of an abstract where I actually did put the brushos down onto the surface after I
And
and
then-
sheet gold embellished it
Yeah,
around
and then
the
on this one, I came back in, and this is actually a little bit of Posca marker, and then I dabbed. And then that's the Calero watercolors, is the gold.
Calero. Those things are really awesome. If you don't have those in your repertoire of things,
They paint on all sorts of things.
they do, and they stay placed.
Yeah.
They don't migrate and, you know, muck up.
The only thing is that matte-based Mod Podge kind of dulls them out. So I probably will either do the dimensional Mod Podge or a gloss, which typically keeps the shiny there.
Okay, so that's basically where this really messy looking stuff is going here. Okay, so I'm sort of liking this. I don't know. It's getting kind of stiff on me. Give it a little spritz. Maybe add a little. Put a little turquoise in just for jolly ho-hos.
SGs.
You don't think this stuff's coming out, but it really is. So you want to kind of take it in stages. Okay, you can hit your fast forward there. Alright, no, I'm not hating that. I'm not loving it. I'm thinking it needs to be a little bit tighter. Or I should say a little more loosey-goosey. It's too tight right now. So I'll just, you know, whip some glue out there. You know what I really like about this, and hate at the same time, this craft glue? it dries glossy. So if I don't want my stuff to be glossy, if it oozes out on the edges and whatnot, I use the art glue because it doesn't. All right, there we go. All right, this is a little bit like mixing mortar for bricks. I actually have done that. It's not fun, and you usually have to do it when it's really hot outside. So you just get this where it's all mixed up. It's a consistency where it's spreadable, but you're still, it's not so squishy that you're not keeping some of your dimension, because I mean, after all, that's what we're doing here. We're making a textured surface. And on this one, I'm going to use a little bit less because remember, I'm doing the waterfalls coming down. And I'm not needing so much texture here. It's just something that allows me to make an impression that you can see the line going down. So I'm not really terribly concerned about a lot of texture here, just enough to give definition to my, let's just really mess it up here. I'm trying to save this paper so I could use it again for another. I think that's going to happen. But I do want it all the way out to the edge simply because this whole piece is going to be used. That's like where I said you can knock off the edges later.
Just trim it up.
Trim it up. Cut the hairballs off the edge. Okay. Pretty much, I like that. Now, I don't know that we need the brush part of this thing. But this little hoop you do down on this end, this little scrapery thing, let's see how that does for our okay, I'm liking this.
Good, how are you?
How come I can't hear you very good?
Well, I have you plugged in.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't hear you.
Just gonna put some stuff out there and see what happens. And I want to use up the rest of my stuff. I don't know that I need it quite as thick as I've been getting it. Okay, just plain Jane. Grab another little board here. And allow that to dry. Other little board. And these will probably, just need to make sure, apologize for getting in the frame sometime. Probably tags, I figure I could probably get 3 out of there. I'm not sure, depending on. Okay, there we go. Now, let them dry. Okay. I'm pretty high.
Did you see how long his new hair is getting?
Okay guys, so this is about the time that the video stopped recording. And so we do not, unfortunately, have the rest of that video. But what we do have is some great photographs of it in the end. So really, the main thing is, especially with the one that P was just working on there, that's this particular one here. And she just continued on with adding the layers of the torn paper towel. Then coming back in with brushos or the color crystals, the watercolor crystals basically. It doesn't matter what brand, you could even use just regular watercolors. I would assume that even if you are a alcohol ink type person, which we do a lot of as well, would work. I think one thing you would definitely want to be careful with is because the base of the paste is acrylic, which is kind of a plasticky base or latex, it's going to break it down. So be careful with that. But it would be interesting, and I'm sure that it would work to a degree. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this. I do apologize that our technical difficulties doesn't allow us to show the full process, but I think that you get the basic ideas there. And please comment below. We are working through some of this stuff. We're new at it, so thank you for your patience. Subscribe if you do like this. A lot of our other videos are a bit more intact, and hope to see you back here again. Thank you guys.